Good morning, everyone. Mark here, Country Dreaming Homestead, sheep and livestock guardian dogs. Well, today we're going to head out to the other piece of property. I've been working on fencing in 41 acres on the perimeter fencing. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I'm doing it different than I did this piece of property. Kind of similar, but a little different. And I haven't had anything. I've been using barbed wire and a couple of strands of poly wire on the perimeter of this one. I did 4 strands of barbed wire and 2 strands of the poly wire. But the other one I'm doing a little different because this property is away from the house and it's going to be a little more secure, and it's still cost effective. It's at least as cost effective as perimeter fencing can be. So we're going to get out there. I'm going to show you how we're doing that. So before we head out to the other property, let me show you real quick what I did on this piece of property here. Now, as you can see, I got 4 strands of barbed wire, 2 strands of poly wire, and the bottom piece of barbed wire here, it's 18 inches off the ground, and we have 10, 10, and 12 on the spacing. Now that was to follow open range laws that we have here in Arizona. Now, that's like the minimal requirement for barbed wire. You can do that and you can make it even, reinforce it even more, put 5 strands of barbed wire or whatever, but that's the basic requirements for the open range law here. And what that means, if cattle come through from a rancher or whatever and they break down your fence for whatever reason, then they're liable for it, as long as you have, a good reliable fence up. So that's what we have here. Now we're going to head back to the other property, and the way I'm doing it is going to be much, much better. I haven't had any sheep get out of this one. They have not gotten out. I rotational graze within it, and when they've had the ability, when I move them from pasture to pasture with my rotational grazing, they've been along this fence, and part of my rotational grazing on some of the pastures, this is actually the border fence of it, and I haven't had any get out, or my dogs. So let's head to the next one. So this is a new piece of property I'm working on. It's 41 acres, and it's just down the road from the house. If you can see it, kind of see that white lettering. That's our Connex shipping container right there. And there's a property in between us. Be nice to be able to get this piece of property in between and connect them all together, but I don't know if that'll happen. So here's what I'm doing on this one. Now I will have sheep back here, and it is away from the house, and our biggest predator are coyotes out here. So do my best to keep them out. If they do get in, obviously I got my guardian dogs. So on this one, I'm doing 5 strands of barbed wire. My first one on the ground there, it's 6, 7 inches off the ground. And then it's 12 inches to the next one, 12 inches, 8 inches, and 10. Now I have it at 50 inches at the top because that's what the open range law on the basics. They had it at, they said the top wire should be at 50 inches. So that's where I have that one. Now in between the two 12s, so we have the 6, 7 inches on the bottom one. That's to help from anything going under either way. And then I'm going to have galvanized electrical hot wire, 6 inches and 6 inches between the two 12s. So instead of using the poly wire, which I was going the cheaper route, I thought, but I'm not doing it on this one. This one's going to be a much more stouter fence, and they won't get out of it. And the key too is to have your animals trained already to hot wire. If you do that, then if you're just throwing them into something, and yeah, they're not going to know the wire's hot, and they're going to maybe try to push on it a little bit. But if they already, are weary of it, then they're not going to mess with it. And if they do, say you do have one that's not trained on hot wire and they try to come through something like this when I get it done, they're going to get shocked. and it's not going to be easy for them to get through. There's no way they won't get zapped because of the spacing and the height of the animals and things like that. So it's definitely going to work. So I got one side done on this one. And currently I'm working on putting T-posts in. See that power line out there? It's my longest stretch on this property. But we're going to get this all squared away for rotational grazing, just for the sheep. So let me go. I'm going to show you on the other side down there where I'm working, what it looks like. And another way that this is cost effective for you. More cost effective. None of it's cost effective, but a little more cost effective, at least in my opinion. All right, this is the side I'm working right now. This is the longest stretch. And when I get done, this side completed, it'll be over halfway around this. I'd say I have 25 more T-posts to go or so. And that's the hard part as far as I'm concerned. So another way this could be more cost effective for you, and it's if you have the time and the energy to do it, is labor cost. I'm doing this by myself. The whole 41 acres, the whole from beginning to end, I'll be doing it by myself. So if you have the time, if you're not rushed to get it done, then yeah, you can save thousands of dollars, I imagine, on just on labor itself. And I don't kill myself doing this. I do a little bit, you know, sometimes not even every day, every couple days, and go back to the house and take care of the other stuff that I have to do around there. But yeah, you can definitely save on labor. Now, there's definitely other ways to do this perimeter fencing. There may be more cost-effective ways that people have out there. And like Greg Judy, for example, he has on his perimeter fencing, he'll put some hot wire inside. I think he does it maybe a foot or two or something like that inside the perimeter fencing, a strand or two of hot wire, and that way there's like a little spacing there to keep. And that's a way you can do it too. He's got a lot of good recommendations for fencing. So many other ways to do it. This is how I'm doing it, and I know it works. It works over there at the other property, and this side's going to be even better. So I won't be concerned about, you know, my sheep or my dogs getting out. And like I said before, the key is to have them trained to hot wire already. So you're one step ahead. But there it is. Hope that could help you out on getting you some exterior perimeter fencing around your property with a way that might be a little more cost effective and easier for you. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a great day.